Hello, welcome once again to our channel. Today we'll be talking about the myths and the realities of real estate. Now, when land is cheap, does that guarantee the purchase of that land? The beginner investors rush to buy cheap lands, not even affordable lands, cheap lands. But the smart 1% investors don't rush to buy cheap lands. They ask, why is this particular property cheap? Now, most property could be cheap because of the poor accessibility to the property, government acquisition, documentation disputes, or inaccurate documentation, and other factors that are involved. And here in this video, we'll talk about the myths and the reality of real estate because of you. So stay tuned. So this is a myth. You only need millions of naira to invest in real estate. But the reality is, developers of this contemporary world has made an installment plan strategy payments for you to even start paying instrumentally to acquire a property. So the excuse that you don't have the complete millions to buy that particular property of your dream has been sidelined. So if you have as little as you can, start investing on installment plan. That's one of the strategy in real estate. Now, another myth is that it's only the rich that buys property in real estate. But let me tell you the reality. The wealthy became wealthy because they started investing gradually in real estate. They didn't just become wealthy overnight. It is the little amount that has been put in that brought the wealth. That's the reality. All lands appreciate at the same time. But my dear investor, growth of a property depends on the infrastructure, development, accessibility, and value of that property. So the property in Agbogugu can never be the same price with the property in Independence Layout. Another myth is this: buying lands in remote areas is most times considered a scam. But the truth is, after a careful due diligence of your search and you consider the property, okay, 100% ready to buy, just buy the property because the documentations are right, the documentation are cleared. That means the reality of you purchasing that property is 100% okay. Another myth is that the survey plan of a property dictates the ownership of the property. No, the survey plan of a property only shows the measurement of that property. So, as a new beginner investor in real estate, whenever you go to buy a land and it's only the survey plan that comes out, and you even don't know that the survey plan is not registered, my dear, you have to go with a registered survey plan. You have to contact a licensed surveyor to purchase that property on your behalf to avoid being scammed. Another myth is this: people often say the closer a property is to the city, the better the value in return. Yes, it might be correct, but some outskirts growing locations can bring a high and long-term value in return. So, if you see a developing place that has aforementioned infrastructures, just buy it. It only takes time. You get more than 100% return on investment. And another myth is this: that any land that has C of O is free of risk. My dear, you have to always verify the ownership of that property to ascertain whether there is dispute or any government acquisition. A myth I usually hear is that documentation is just a paperwork. But let me tell you, documentation is what protects your investment. Another one is that real estate is meant for long-term investment. But the reality is this: different strategies are used for different goals. Why investing in real estate? It might be for rental or it might be for resale, any of. A myth again is that land is better than houses. But let me tell you that the better investment depends on your objective. So you can't be willing to buy a house and you make inquiry and notice that your neighbor bought a land and made huge returns and you changed your objective. No, buy that house do your necessary findings, the potential growth. It will also yield the same or above that of your neighbors. So these and more affirmations are the real estate myths and reality you need to know. There are many, but I just mentioned a few. So I'm Samuel Hechile Emmanuel of the iHeading Sources, and we are always dedicated to bring real estate education tips and real estate investment opportunities. So call the number on your screen, um, subscribe to our channel to always get notification when we come online or when we post real estate contents. Thank you.